Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art, and I just feel like doing another video today. It's Tuesday night. It's like 90 plus, or actually 81, and it's raining outside, but it's so humid. But one thing about living in Michigan, sometimes when it's hot, it's hot. And if you have AC on, it's great. We don't have AC at the house because it's kind of broken. We get it fixed. We get the AC fixed, and then somehow within a year, the next year it don't work. We don't know. Maybe it's time for a new one, but I don't know. So basically, we sweat. As you see, I have a ceiling fan, but if I cut that on, I'll hear more of the fan than anything else in this room because it's loud. Okay, so the last time I did a video, I showed you what I bought. Now, the thing is, I watched from like Saturday till now, I watched a lot of stuff. Now, basically, so if you've seen this already, well, you just see me, I bought it, but the first thing is Spriggan. Now, the thing is, I saw this, first time I saw this was in 2001 or 2002, can't remember. Old school reading glasses. 2001. Yeah, these are reading glasses I had since in high school. They still fit. Yeah, I look nerdy. I look Urkel-ish. Gotta get some new ones. So, but the thing is, I bought it used because you can't find this for some strange reason. I looked, and I bought it for a good price. I love the movie. It's pretty cool. Technically, it's about a kid who's like these guys Spriggans. They're like let's say a company that protects relics. And so what happened is his job is to protect relics. So think of him being like, a super soldier. He's only like 17 in high school, and he's badass. So basically, they found the Noah's Ark, and they try to stop this other organization to try to take it over. And the people who they use, their agents, decide to use it for themselves instead of doing it for the country or whatever. This is a good movie. I enjoyed it. I fell asleep on a little bit of it because I was tired, but that was like 10 minutes. But that's cool. Now I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and so Remembrance of the Daleks was just really cool. This was in 1980. Was that 1980? Yeah, 1988. The funny thing is, this is shown on British television months after I graduated in 1988. It's kind of funny. It's pretty funny. It reminded me, I've seen this before, but I couldn't remember where I seen it before. But Pluto TV has a Classic Who channel, and they play stuff like this. So of course I was like amped up when I found it. I'm not gonna tell you too much about the story because it requires me to explain what Doctor Who's all about, and I don't really feel like doing that right now. One of the most interesting movies was called Control. Now, the last time I talked to you guys, this is about it's not a documentary, but it's a story based off the life of Joy Division and Ian Curtis, the lead singer, right here. The funny thing was is that sometimes I remember when I was in college, I read the autobiography of it called Wayward Pleasures and Some Distractions or something like that. There have been many books about this, but this is based off of his wife's memoirs. How what he used to do before they met, how they met. He stole his best friend's girl, got married, started. He worked at a place that helps people find jobs. Then decides to create a band, and then all of a sudden the band becomes popular, gets a mistress, life falls apart. He starts getting seizures, the whole 9 yards. and he kills himself because he after having a seizure he kills himself. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good story. And the fun thing is that it put more of a, I mean, as much as I knew about Joy Division and what I read about them for years and years and years and years, this put more light on this, on what was going on. Plus, it's, it was a really good story. And it was all black and white, which is unique because most films are made in color. But this was in black and white, so it's pretty cool. Now, coming up to three movies, the last three movies. This movie, Tomb Raider. This was based off of, Tomb Raider has been a video game for like good 20, like what, 15 years? I can't remember, like mid 90s or late 80s, I can't remember. But what happened is they rebooted the whole series and the whole storyline like in 2013. Was it 2013 or 14? I can't remember. And this movie is based off of that. The Angelina Jolie was based off the video games from back then. They rebooted the story. This one's based off of the current story, Tomb Raider's storyline right now. Rich girl. Basic story is she's rich. Her father disappears during it, looking for something that's going to destroy the world if it's released. So instead of right when she was about to sign over to say that he died and she inherits everything, she figures out a puzzle and figures out clues where he's at and everything. So she goes there, gets marooned, finds out that other people are looking for it, and they like basically use hostages and stuff like that. She escapes, finds her father, and throughout the film, her and her father helps the bad guys get off the island. Father dies, of course, saving her life, and she decides to, after she did some digging, she realized that her parents' company owns this group called Trinity, which is after all these relics. So now the next movie was supposed to be based off of her finding all this stuff, and plus based off the video games. This Alicia Vikander, very cute girl, very cute. Of course, she don't have big breasts like Lara Croft does in the movies and the past video games, but it's a pretty good story. I kind of liked it. I really did. This next movie created a lot of controversy because of the lead actress. She's a very big feminist, which there's nothing wrong with feminism. There's nothing wrong with that, and it helps empowers women, which is fine. But when you try to use that to manipulate things, that's a different story. So I talked about Captain Marvel, based off the comic book character Captain Marvel. Now the fun thing about it, this character before she used to be called Miss Marvel. After the original Captain Marvel in the comic was called Cancer, died. Never in comic books, no one ever really dies, but this guy, they dead. He stayed dead. They didn't even try to resurrect him. He's dead. She grabbed his power for him, become Miss Marvel, do some stuff. Then she went through some name changes, like Binary, then Captain Marvel, Photon, then stuck back with Captain Marvel with the new reboot of the whole series and everything. But that's a basic crash course of how this character came to be. A lot of people said this movie was used to push the feminist agenda, and I disagree with them on that. One, just because she's a feminist doesn't mean the character itself is a feminist. Here's the thing. She was a pilot. Now, fun thing is, when she was a girl, they told her you can't do things because you're a girl. And now the funny thing is that in true life, a lot of girls have heard people tell them they can't do things because they're girls. Okay? So it's not like some random event like, oh, is this? Because a lot of people have been saying that stuff for years. Just like when I was growing up in high school, middle school, high school, in the 80s. The fun thing in the 80s, one question that we asked was there ever become will a black person ever become president? And what our teachers said, hell no. The teacher was white, and the thing is, and then again, that in the 80s to 90s, you cannot see a black person become president. Okay, so naturally, you can't see a woman have a leading role in anything, or a competent role, or something like that. Yes, I know this is a little social commentary, but this is the kind of stuff that happens. Fast forward 30 years later, we had a Barack Obama, the first African American non-white president. Okay. Back then, when I was younger, they told me that, my teacher told me that black people can't be astronauts. Oh, 20, 30 years later, oh, we have black astronauts. Black people, you know. But then, see, at that time, you hear that kind of stuff, and sometimes people hold that to today. So what happened is, she was told all her life that she's a girl, she can't do this, so she pushed herself and pushed herself. She basically was a tomboy. Let's just put it, she was a tomboy. And so what happened was she got into the Air Force, worked, flew this experimental jet, and got mishap happened, got shot down. Find out that the professor that created this new engine was an alien, and she blew up the alien device to try to prevent this other alien called a Kree from taking it, because they're dominating her. They dominate. They're killing people. Okay. Now some people say, "Oh, this is some kind of political nonsense." No. In the comics, the Kree are a race of people who dominates lots of other worlds. Now the Skrulls, which is the shape-shifting bad guys, they look like this a little bit. You probably can't see it. Kind of like this. In the comic books, they're deviant spies. Their whole world, is about infiltration and conquering by infiltrating people, because they can shapeshift into people. But in this universe, they made them more like refugees trying to find a place home, and they use their shapeshifting abilities for guerrilla warfare. So in a way, it kind of touched upon some political aspects, but if you look beyond that, it's still a good movie. Some people will say, "Oh my God, they're making fun of this. They're making, I mean," and when I hear stuff like that, I'm just like, dude, you just enjoyed the damn movie. But anyway, so she was captured because all of a sudden she absorbed that energy. So the Kree Empire shaped her to be a warrior, and she tried to make a joke here and there. She tried to make jokes here and there, but she's not funny. She's not a comedian. She has very dry humor. So when she tries to use humor, it doesn't. It looks off. It looks off. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. Now, there was one scene in which she's looking at the map, looking for this place, and some guy in a motorcycle come on and say, "Hey, baby, what's up? My name is this, blah blah blah. What are you gonna do?" And she blows him off. Oh my God, that's a feminist. Well, you gotta think that's a feminist, and it's not really exactly that. Now think about it. The other alternative scene was the guy rides up in a motorcycle, and she basically twists his arm, almost, twists his arm off to, get him to shut the hell up. But then again, let's put it this way: if you walk up to, it's like, if you ever remember the show Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you know how Will Smith used to, at the Fresh Prince, used to walk up to women and do all that stuff. Yeah. See, when you do stuff like that, then of course a lot of women are put off. Okay, and some women are turned on by that, but that's kind of like how it is. So it's not a big feminist scheme, and a lot of people say this is so feminist trash, and it's not. It's a very fun movie. It's a good origin story. I'll just put it that way. I like it. A lot of people didn't like it, but it made lots of money, and hopefully there's a new one somewhere around the way. Now the big shebang. Now the fun thing is, this movie came out in 1986. I was in 10th grade. I saw this in the movie theater with my brother. The Transformers. This is the Transformers the movie. This is the 30th year anniversary Steelbook edition. I found this. And the funny thing is, when I watched this, I felt like I felt like I was watching it in the movies, especially on Blu-ray. So it's really cool. It's really cool. I love it. If you haven't seen this, technically, if you're about 30 some plus years old, you saw this movie. If you're my age, like in the mid 40s, mid to late 40s, you saw this movie before. If you're younger, if you're like in their 20s, you probably never seen this movie. You probably never, but go check it out. It's a fun movie. And the funny thing is, I still cry when Optimus Prime dies, and I cry when Ramos Prime comes about. But anyway, that's cool. Wow. Now, music. I just ordered some Butcher Babies. Three of their CDs. I just got them. Just got this today in the mail. I don't know how many records they do have, but I just got these in the mail. I can't wait to listen to them. I got them for $5 a piece, and that's a good deal. I seen them in concert before. It was opening up for Cradle of Filth, which that was an awesome concert. You know, two hot chicks and three dudes. It's kind of funny, but you know, like I said, it's cool. I want to listen. I heard it, and I'm like, eh. And I said, well, $5 for a CD? Why not? Why not? But anyway, other than that, there's some other things that have been going on, you know, besides work, and you know, the work's going great. Like I said, always adjustment. But other than that, you know what? I'm gonna stop this video right here. There's a story I could tell you about, but I really don't want to ruin that right now. Probably will say that for the weekend. I don't know. But other than that, I'm gonna go take get. Ooh, what time is it? It was almost 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna get going. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night, and take care of yourselves.